Welcome to Without a Candle. We are your hosts,
Hey guys, I'm Carla.
and I'm Carly. Let's just jump on in, shall we?
I am Megan. I've known Carly and Carla for a few years now.
Mhm.
I've watched them transform the shop to just soap and, the general jewels and things. And now it's like it's just full of everything, right? So you can pretty much come in here and just get just about whatever you want.
Aside from grocery shopping.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe someday.
maybe.
That's
Maybe not.
that's when I get dropped too. But what about Megan? Yeah, like what more is there about Megan?
Well, I started coming down here and visiting and getting to know you when I was in my transformation phase. I grew up Southern Baptist and always known that I was different, felt different as a kid. Um, things like just kind of knowing things before they would happen, and you don't really know how you know, but you just know.
Yeah.
And those things are really hard to explain when you're a kid. So, going out and having this deep connection.
Hard to explain when you're an adult.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Having this deep connection with nature, if I was upset or, family argument or something, I would go out and I'd have my favorite tree and I'd sit on it. And I was better, and I learned to soothe myself by going outdoors and being on a farm was helpful.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
So do you remember your first inkling that there was more to you than what other people were aware of?
Yes. I used to have what I would call conversations with the wind.
Okay.
Ooh,
So I would
I
ask
like it.
questions and it felt like I was receiving answers.
Mhm.
Also when I was a kid, I remember sitting in church
Mhm.
and having this older woman, and she took me into the room and she was talking to me and she's like, she's like, you're different. You're wise beyond your years.
Mhm.
You're very mature for your age. And I always had people tell me that. And
Yeah.
so I knew there was something
different.
I
Yeah.
just couldn't put my finger on it.
Okay.
But sometimes we don't always know what things are called, but it's named for particular practices. And that's always interesting to discover so that you're not the only,
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
So,
so much more of us out there than we even realize.
Oh yeah, sure.
yeah, go ahead. You got another one? Okay. Do you remember like what was your first true aha moment? Like without a shadow of a doubt, this has happened. This is real.
I just got like full body, full show.
So the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah. My grandmother was killed in a high speed chase. And I just had the couple days before she had left, she'd come down and visit. And there was just this need to hold her and just hug her and not let go. And I couldn't put my finger on it, but it was like the last time you're gonna see her. And I just
very similar stories on that.
I just knew. I just knew. And honestly, when we had found out that she had been killed, um, it was like I already
Grieved.
I already grieved.
Yeah.
And so everyone else, was in complete shock, obviously, but part of me just knew something was, and that's when it really hit me.
So how old were you then?
I want to say I was probably 8 or 9 years old when that happened. Yeah, it's around that age.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
And since then, how has things sat with you differently than they did before?
So just having that knowing, and then, obviously all of us go through that awakening, right? I feel like we know and have that knowing, but then we have to go through this transformation phase of like, who are we? And that happened to me actually in 2020 when I had that time to kind of sit alone and reflect on who I am as an individual, and then be okay and acceptance with it.
Yeah.
Growing up in a rural area, so a lot of diversity. So
I remember that moment of like, what is this shit?
Right.
Like,
Right.
what is this shit? You know? And I giggled as that thought was clear, you know, as you were talking about it.
Yeah.
So I wanted to share that way you understood the giggle. But man, even in those couple years, life took you through a lot
Yeah.
of awarenesses.
Mm-hmm.
A lot. I mean, and because of that, a lot of growth. But I feel like what I witnessed early on was a lot of those aha moments. You being able to see past a person's physical as you started to understand and be more aware of people's energy and
that validation
intentions.
changes
Yeah.
awareness for sure. Yeah.
Is there anything through that you feel like you want to share with someone going through that changes too, as you realize that people aren't what you see them as physically, like there's more to it? Yeah.
Yes. You're first of all, you're not alone. You're gonna go and you're gonna think you're crazy, right? You're gonna think you're nuts. And it's okay. You're gonna meet people along the way that are there with you. And so you're not crazy. You're aware. And it's okay to explore outside your comfort zone. We've been raised a certain way to believe, and soon as we're born, we're conditioned.
Oh, for sure.
We have a name, we have a religion, we have all of these things.
We have a serial number.
Yeah. And so I was scared. I was scared of the unknown, right? Because we all fear what we don't understand at that point. And so it's okay to go out of your comfort zone. Please do go out of your comfort zone so that you can discover things. It's important to discover things. Pretty much that in a nutshell.
Yeah. So through your discovering journey, what practices has resonated with you the most? Like, what do you implement in your day to day?
I would definitely, so I don't like to the category thing and all of that. I would say though, I would probably define myself as an eclectic pagan.
Okay.
I find all of the earth-based practices very dear to heart and connect with those more than I do anything. I have family that's Native American, and I found through my roots that, oh, okay, that's what it makes sense that I have, a love for a tree or, feel safe around the body of water. Like it's all connected. And for me, I would say that probably any earth-based practice. Yeah.
So element.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That's important. Awesome. So some challenges and lessons that you taught me. You were one of the first that I had to witness be uncomfortable and knowing that I couldn't fix it, right? Because with people, you're such a kind person, right? You're such a kind, welcoming, gentle, loving spirit. And it's more than just giving people the benefit of the doubt. We did more than that over and over and over and over, where it was a very detrimental to your spirit. But it was also very important to your growth, right? And you finding that foundation and learning to set those boundaries. Like I had to learn that no, you can't just go in, without up for Megan, right? She has to do that. So that was a piece, right? Because early on, thank you, Gary behind the scenes, Gary Melissa, take care of the tissues.
I felt it coming. But
Yeah, it's like, here we are. That's why some people don't show up very often. We don't.
I mean, you're not wrong.
We rip off the band-aids while we're here. So, because there were some people in your life that, because I could see their energy, I knew that it wasn't going to be okay for you eventually, right? However, if I would have stepped in those moments and said, "Hey, Megan, this person's a piece of shit for you," so then you would have defended them, and long term, you probably would not have taken much else I said after that, with respect, right? So that was hard.
Yes, it was a learning experience. And when you left, looking at you like in the eyes, and either one of us had anything to say to each other, but we immediately knew what we were feeling.
Yeah.
It was validated in that look.
Yeah, for sure.
And so, yeah, it was just like, damn, like,
so much.
I knew. I was like, I knew.
It's so hard in our line of work because we're here to help people, right? And we can only lead them so far until they have to swim on their own, until they're ready to come back for us to pull them out of the water, right?
Yeah.
And having to watch that struggle swim is so heart-wrenching. It's so heart-wrenching.
It was like a house, a life jacket.
Just put it on.
You can't catch it yet, you know?
So my question out of that is, what did your healing journey look like for you through that season?
It was rough. A lot of that I already knew.
But knowing and accepting two different things.
Yeah. I want to say that I was so excited for the outcome of it all, and the process of everything. It was just like my family has never came together like that and said, "Hey, let's do this," like. But I knew deep down that something was going to be chaotic and not good. So I tried my best to stay optimistic and kind through it all. But there was definitely towards the end, I felt like it was, my husband tells me all the time, he's like, I try to tell you these things and you don't listen. He's like, he said, not everybody has the same heart as you.
Yeah.
You have to understand that no matter how kind you are, no matter how, and this is something that I journal, like, so how generous you are, people can only meet you if they've met themselves.
Yeah. Cool.
And as deeply as they've met themselves. So, I had to tell myself that, that it's not me, it's them, and they have to figure that out for themselves.
Yeah, for sure.
So, and I just kind of threw the towel in for a little bit and decided to focus on me and my family and well-being, and hey, I'm here to help, but I'm not going to go out of my way anymore to
learning that some of that stuff is a distraction from our own self-growth. Right? So they may need something, and that may be true, but at the end of the day, it pulls you away from your path, from your journey.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I don't remember exactly who I heard say this or how they said it. Shit. Where did it go? Be right back. Oh, it was about curling debt.
Oh, there you go.
Because it's often a challenge to watch people through that shit, right? Yeah. And then someone said, I think it was probably Sarah who was alchemy, or maybe Tim, because we have a lot of conversations over there too.
Yeah.
That what if that's their curling debt? Like, what if they have to suffer through something?
Yeah.
And
like, so basically you would be interfering with that.
Yeah.
And they have to learn.
Well, so that's why they don't have ears to hear or eyes to see, because they've got to go through this shit anyway.
Yeah, right.
No matter how much you try to intervene, or maybe not even how much they try to intervene. Like, if just sometimes you just gotta go through it.
Yeah.
And so now looking at all the situations, and maybe you'll resonate with this too, where we fixed it or where we band-aided it. But they still have to go through that again because, yeah, we took away their lesson. We did their homework for them.
Yeah, right.
And that sucks too. Like, to know that sometimes you might just have to choose to be a witness
Yeah.
in the fuckery.
Yeah.
I like it.
Fuckery would be it.
Yes. Yes. No,
The perfect title.
Yes.
That saga.
Yes.
But that sucks too.
You know, and it reminds me of, I have a close family member, very close family member that I have watched destroy their life with drugs.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't discriminate. It can happen to anybody, any family.
Yeah.
And so, watching that and just trying to, it's so draining. You're using all of your energy to try to explain to this person, and help this person. And it's like, at the end of the day, it is their ultimate decision to transform into a better person and realize that that's not the life that they need.
Yeah. I had a childhood friend who I reconnected with in adulthood, and she had gone down that road too of drugs and all of bad things that we all hope we don't, right? And she had a young child. Um, she was clean for so long, and she started going through it with her son's father. And she messaged me out of the blue one day, and I just had that gut feeling of you're gonna relapse. I already know it. And she asked me for money with some bullshit. Hey, my electric's gonna get shut off, and I need X amount of money. And it was such a random number, right down to the cent. It was such a random number, and I was like, honey, I didn't say this year, but I was thinking it. I was like, I'm going to give you this money and just pray to every single listen that you make a better choice with this and you do pay a bill or go get food or something. And I sent it to her, knowing full well that she was probably going to go get a hit. And 3 weeks later, she messaged me apologizing. Hey, I did use your money to go get this. And I said, I know. But now you were here with the awareness and apology for doing that. And now you just make a choice. Yeah. She made a choice, right? So we can support however we can. And I knew if I didn't give it to her, she'd still find somewhere else too, right? But me giving to her, gave her that opportunity to know she still had no support system after the fact, right?
Yeah.
And that's all we can do in any type of situation. And it sucks. I mean,
It's very difficult. It's probably one of the hardest things I've ever done.
Yeah. So
it's a lot.
Yeah, no, it's so heavy. The topic's so heavy.
Yes, it is very heavy.
Got to before you take a gander at your notes.
I know.
Just getting started.
I know, right? This is a whole
thing.
Yeah.
So
Who knows how long?
what else? What else do you want to share?
Fuck.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
sorry.
Too, right?
No,
we don't. I think I've already said
setting boundaries.
Okay.
Setting boundaries. And healthy ones.
Yeah.
Because we hear, and more people have the awareness of setting boundaries, which is wonderful. It's healthy. We have to do that. But which ones do we really want to focus on? Which ones do we really want to engrave into our life? And I had to find that and release some of, family members, friends that are toxic. It's like you love them, you care for them deeply, but you know that at the end of the day, they're not good for you.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily that they're a bad human being. They're just, they need to find themselves and work on themselves. And
doesn't align. I can still love you, but you don't have to be able to do it.
Yeah. And so I think at the end of 2025, I was really about that. And that has kind of been passed down to my siblings and other family members to watch them set boundaries.
Good.
It's been wonderful.
Yeah.
So how does that feel to know that you were part of breaking that cycle?
I can't explain it.
Yeah.
I mean, just to know that they are doing things for themselves and their family to be healthy and watching them set those boundaries is, there's no other.
Good.
Yeah.
So, question, comment, how you want to look at it. But how does it feel knowing that you had to experience what you experienced, um, so your daughter could have a better mother?
That one's epic.
Yeah. Yeah. I also want to add in there, like, setting an example. Like, her watching you go through everything you have gone through and being able to watch you come out on the other side is just
Incredible. The best gift that I could give her.
yeah.
Yeah. Or anybody.
Yeah.
Making plans and sticking with it, promises. When I was a kid, I was made a lot of promises and I would never get my, hopes up because a lot of the times it didn't happen. And so to be able to incorporate those promises
Mm-hmm.
and genuinely be concerned about her childhood and, hey, how are you feeling? How is your day at school going? Like just asking those questions and, how do you feel about this? And genuinely wanting to know those things and having her to express it. And she's so expressive and there's nothing better than that. Nothing better. And then, going through those experiences, it's such a process to be able to say.
And she enjoys your practice as well.
She does.
You guys practice together.
She does.
You're a mini me having coffee in all essence of it all, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I am like 90% certain that your daughter was the one who thought Clyde was Bobby's kid.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
That is just okay. I still do them on it. Was funny. She was funny. That was funny.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
What are some things that you have been able to give names to that you didn't know were practices or beliefs or even options?
The goddess energy that exists and is growing stronger each and every day. The earth phase practices that it's going outside and just incorporating those Sabbaths and making flower crowns and rock painting and all of these things that would have been different, considered different when I was a kid. Like we did those things without knowing, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But to actually be excited about those things,
it has a different meaning.
Yeah.
So the verbiage I heard was around honoring the practice.
Yes.
Versus just doing it, just playing.
Yeah.
Now that you can put intention and meaning and honor to the practice.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Sure.
And I always try to tell her, you are your own person.
Mm-hmm.
You are your own human. Don't ever let anyone decide for you what you feel and what you believe to be true.
So that means even mama.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this is what I feel. This is what I do. But you do what you do.
Yeah.
And what feels good to you. Be authentic. Be yourself. And I always tell her, be yourself.
Yeah.
Don't ever let anyone try to tell you how to be or how not to be.
Yeah.
What's huge, huh?
Yes. Because we're, when I was a kid, it was always trying to fit in this box, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm different. I know I'm different. Why are these people like, I felt like I had to go out of my way to
express
fit. Yes. Yes. Or to fit in.
Yeah.
And I don't want to fit in. Never again. That was a lot of work.
Yeah, it is. It's exhausting.
So,
So some of the feedback we get is about being real, genuine humans.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to guess, right?
yeah.
Down to even just being comfortable versus, or trying to hide the F-bomb or trying to hide a practice, right?
Right. Right.
I'm like, that takes a lot of work to fucking hide
Yeah.
something,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm just not doing it,
Yeah.
And in those that choose to, it's going to come to the light anyway.
Yeah.
And so you spend all this time, all this energy lying essentially or hiding something essentially. And then you're going to have to spend that much more energy for maybe trying to justify and reclaim your power. I was like,
And
fuck it,
imagine
let's just
how
get
much
it
you're
together.
missing.
Yeah.
Imagine how much you're missing that you hide. You're missing a whole community. You're missing new practice and modalities and experiences. Like, don't hide it.
I think for me, that was and I just had an aha moment and a scroll moment. So for me, it was like I was excited to kind of come out of the broom closet and be like, this is what I believe, this is what I feel. But at the same time, we live in an area that seems to,
Yes.
I don't even have to
No.
go there. But so I just started like putting little things like crystals on my mantle and, my smudge shell laying out and my journals and all of these things. And it's like, this is my home. This is my safe space. And I'm not going to allow anybody to come in here that I feel I wouldn't want to know who I am or what I practice. And so for me, like, but it's like at the same time, they didn't know. So it's like they walked in and they're like, oh, okay. And I'm just like,
it all
this
makes
isn't
sense.
that bad.
No one knew it didn't
This
make
isn't
sense.
that bad.
Nobody knew it made sense.
Right.
So I feel like at that point, they probably all just thought that you were only hiding it from yourself.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
And, when I was a kid, I would have friends that be like, this is you. Like, it'd be like a picture of like a witch or something. Like, that you would like this. Like, and now it's like makes sense. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And
That's cool.
a humbling moment for me was I had a dear friend of mine and mentor, an older lady. She came into my house and we were talking spiritual things. And she said, I had a hard time expressing my voice in so many different ways. And I'm starting to be better about that, about who I am and how I feel and things. And she said, I just want you to know that you helped me with that.
Yeah, that's
And
amazing.
cold chills again. But I was just like, that for me, like, is so rewarding because who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah. And the people that do give a shit don't mean
They don't even in your life anyway.
No, they don't.
So
They're not offering anything to me.
No.
Yeah.
So I have been really waiting to ask this question because I'm really interested in it. But astrology,
yes.
how'd you get into it? What's your fascination? What do you know? How's that fit in your practice?
Astrology, I'm so passionate about it. Even though it is so much to absorb and take in, it's a lot. For me, it was life-changing in the sense that, like, well, first of all, I've always been drawn to the stars, to the sky, to the planets. And there was something intriguing about it. And I started learning everybody's zodiacs and signs and really digging into them. And once I started digging into them, I started to realize that these qualities make up these people that I love or these people that I know. And I'm like, going further and further and further. And actually, I'm looking at, like, I'm digging into Vedic astrology right now, which for me is like mind blowing.
Okay.
And then, draconic birth charts, which can represent like a past life. And it's just fascinating to me, all the things. And whereas I used to look at people like, why do they do this? And why are they that way? Yeah, I see these qualities in their zodiacs and I'm like, it makes so much sense. It's like, it's crazy sometimes.
So the word that came up was blueprint.
Yeah. 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 Blueprint is, and with my daughter, she is a full-on Gemini. There's no denying it. Like she's everywhere, right? But also she's a Pisces moon. So I see so much of that in her, her artistic ability and the way um, she stays in her own fantasy world, but she's also very loving and generous and giving and but sassy and know-it-all too. Like she's got those Gemini qualities. Like she's intelligent. You know what I mean? Like she's going to tell you exactly. It's like, you're 7? I forget.
So my youngest is, I mean, he made me rethink and reevaluate reincarnation because some of the shit coming out of his mouth was like, where did that come from? Like, what world is that? You know, part of me even wondered if it was. That's another podcast.
Right.
How
I
many
get
times
ready
we
for
said that today? Yeah, it was just crazy, right? Man. Well, I don't want you to miss out on things that you want to discuss.
Yeah.
So now that we picked your brain, what do you have on your notebook? Because now I'm low-key noting too. I'm like, look at the book.
So I did. Everything that you guys brought up is so funny because that's exactly what I wrote.
Oh, good. See, I knew that was going to happen.
Yeah.
And so, I wrote like, astrology has been practiced for thousands of years, and that intrigued me because it's older than any religion. And it's like, the old ways are coming back, right? And it's like we look into all the different practices that use astrology, and to me, it was just like it's all different, but it's also all the same. And you see it like it's just like me being a Sagittarius, like I'm on a quest all the time, like to know shit, I want to know everything that there is to know about everything, and I don't want to stop. Sometimes it drives me absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
But I just love to learn and explore and the different cultures and things. And so I wrote about that, and I wrote about like how astrology has been used even by the elite and millionaires and billionaires. They use astrology to, for sales purposes. What day are we going to get the best sales? Well, the moon's in Leo and the sun's in, Taurus. So probably be a good day to break in some sales. Like
write that down. Somebody write that down.
I recently learned that there are birth charts for literally anything, your business, your marriage, like all the things. So when I learned out about the business, I'm like, okay, when did I think of rooting in moons? When was the birth of that? What's the time? What's the date? I need to figure this shit out.
And it's fascinating.
I haven't sat actually down to do that. Wait, I'm gonna be like, hey, Mike, so let's go for lunch.
Is it too soon since I honor the Chinese New Year, which is Tuesday?
Yeah.
Is it too soon to ask Megan if this is the year that you step into that power of owning a role, um, of honoring and maybe even teaching or honoring your practice and your passion for doing those charts, for doing those readings for people?
I actually just spoke with someone and said, I want to look into High Priestess.
Okay.
I want to help people. I want to share knowledge. I want to be that source for someone to come to help them through that.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Get her on the boat.
Sticking out. 2020. Well, you're the horse.
Fire horse. Yes.
Got it up into the sunset.
It's like, we're shedding that snake energy and stepping into this. And it's like, I messaged you and said, shit's like moving really fast. Like time is like crazy right now. But also it's just so igniting. And everybody I've spoke to is like, I went on a rant the other day and like, I can't believe I said what I said. And I've been cleaning my house and like just purging everything and I just want new stuff and I don't even care. And I'm just like, go, get it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Have you heard of Lee Harris?
Yes.
So, okay. Have you listened to his energy updates?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Good
Yeah.
deal.
Wonderful.
That's a lot.
Wonderful
Okay,
stuff. Love his stuff.
Okay.
Man.
Well, I think we're gonna wrap it up.
I feel like we're getting started though.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
April
yeah.
what?
3, 4, and 5, maybe 4, 5,
3
6.
days. Well, it's just a weekend.
Okay.
In April that
Okay.
we might be having another full day
Okay,
of this.
yeah.
So, we'll be in contact about the astrology stuff.
Yeah.
For personal and maybe teaching.
Okay.
So
At least offering it as a reading to begin with.
Yeah.
Because that's going to help you grow your audience for those that want to learn how
Yeah,
as well.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So
Well, thank you
how
for joining
exciting.
me.
Is there anything else?
Yes.
Any like
Last minute tidbit.
if you've got
You
like
know,
2 more minutes.
Let me scroll through here
Okay.
real quick and see
Just
what
in
I
case.
find.
I don't want you to get the card and be like, fucking shit, I forgot that.
I should have some.
Yes.
But we can always do a part 2.
Yeah.
So I
But just in case there's
did.
some emergency.
Let's see here.
It's
Yeah,
just
there's just so
reminded.
much, guys.
Yeah.
All right, part
Um,
2 then.
I can go through we're talking about boundaries. So there's 5 that I actually incorporate in my life and are trying to be better. And obviously, it's a working on and still working on it. But number 1 is don't force it. Don't, make yourself feel belittled or less than anyone just because it feels familiar.
I love that.
Number 2, say no without over explaining it.
Okay.
Having the confidence in your no, and the reason why you say no is magnetic and will ripple with other people to also set their boundaries and say no. And it's okay.
Yeah.
Number 3, don't entertain mixed signals. And if it doesn't provide clarity, it's probably providing confusion.
I like that one. For sure.
Excuse me. Number 4, protect your peace. You know your worth and the obstacles that you have to take to get there. When we accept less, we are disrespecting ourselves and our peace that we've created for ourselves. And number 5 is curiosity versus judgment. To keep an open mind, creative, the we mentality, and focus on the present versus assumption, closed-mindedness, and the I mentality, which creates a fearful conformity.
Okay. I like that. That's
Yeah.
a really good ending message.
It is, yeah.
Because so many of us forget how deep those boundaries
Yeah.
really make an impact. So, good. Thank you for that.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm excited for you, Brendan. I'm proud of you. Like you've already been through the hardest of the shit.
Yeah.
So now don't you deserve to like honor that journey?
Yes, for sure.
I'm stepping in it,
Yeah.
and it feels wonderful.
Yeah.
Good.
Love that for you.
Thank you so much for
Yeah.
having me.
Absolutely. We'll have to do that.
Yes.
We need to hang out soon. Too,
Yes.
Right. Outside of work. Right.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Right, guys. So that wraps up another episode of Without a Candle with Carly and Carla. We appreciate you, and
We'll see you next time.